the Impossible Whopper is going nationwide.
Damn, that's good.
Sometimes the internet can be right about certain things. You can't stop the crowd and what they have to say, especially if they are right. So let's listen and heed the advice of the masses and never order these items from Burger King. Here are our top 10 Burger King items you should never order according to the internet. Part 2.
It's here and it's in every Burger King everywhere.
Tomatoes.
Tomato, potato.
Tomato, tomato.
Okay, tomatoes. What's the deal with tomatoes? How should we be storing them at home? And even more importantly, how should restaurants we buy food from be storing them? First of all, are we supposed to be keeping them in the fridge or on the counter? Technically, the answer is on the counter, at room temperature and away from sunlight. According to a few past employees who have spoken out about the tomatoes at Burger King through forums on the internet, the tomatoes are kept at room temperature in most locations. While this seems fine, there is one little detail about these tomatoes being kept at room temperature that makes it not fine at all. They are cut. Cut tomatoes should not actually be kept at room temperature. Technically, the best thing to do if you cut tomatoes in advance is to store them in the fridge and take them out half an hour or so before eating.
Big Red.
Though this may be a daunting task for a fast food chain such as Burger King, it really isn't. If the tomatoes are cut and then stored in smaller bins, they can be taken out of the fridge as needed, meaning when a bin empties, they get another from the fridge and so forth. This would keep the tomatoes way fresher than having all of them sit out all day long. No one likes a soggy tomato, that's for sure. So be cautious about the tomatoes you eat in fast food joints. Make sure they have not been out all day long. Though early eaters are probably okay, late-night eaters should be wary. Tacos.
Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday.
So apparently tacos are not the best item from Burger King, but who is surprised? Burger King does not specialize in the making of delicious tacos. Just take a look at their name. Burger King makes burgers. This is not Taco King. It's not even Taco Bell. At Burger King, you should probably be ordering a burger. And should you want a taco, then you should make the effort to go somewhere else. The fact that Burger King has failed to make and sell a quality taco isn't really their fault. The taco is outside of their wheelhouse. They make them because people will buy them, and it's just extra revenue in their pocket.
I'm hungry. Let's get a taco.
The joke really is on the consumer, who thought Burger King was a good spot to get a taco. So do not get trapped in the fast food consumer whirlpool of trickery. Just look to the names of the restaurants. Burger King equals burgers, and Taco Bell equals tacos. We all love a great taco, but as many internet users will assure us, Burger King is not the place for that. Onion rings.
One ring to rule them all.
You know when you go for breakfast or brunch and it seems like there are a million questions you have to answer? How would you like your eggs? Do you want bacon, sausage, or ham? Do you want white, brown, whole wheat, or rye toast? So on and so forth. Questions are great, and it is so nice to have options. Having options makes eating similar to a choose-your-own-adventure kind of experience. Customizing also makes us all feel special and tingly on the inside. Having choice can only help a restaurant, or so you would think. One of the biggest choices you have to make when at a fast food place is if you want to eat the fries or the onion rings with your burger. Very small parts of the world will add a third choice to this, and that is poutine. If you do not know what a poutine is, then you clearly have never been to Quebec, Canada.
It happens to be called poutine in Montreal.
And you are missing out on something magnificent. But poutines aside, in most places you pick between fries and onion rings. So what should you do when at Burger King? According to the crowd on the web, you obviously need to pick the fries. Burger King fries are popular and people love them. People rave about them. Many people think that the fries are the only thing Burger King does right. So do not order the onion rings. Sonic Drive-In seems to be an agreed-upon spot that serves good onion rings, but Burger King certainly is not. So when you were given the choice at Burger King for fries or onion rings, just know that it really isn't a choice. There is only one right answer, and you now know what that is. Lettuce.
I think it's time for you to start to seriously consider salads.
lettuce is supposed to be crisp and fresh. Now, take a little moment and close your eyes to think about fresh, sort of crunchy, rich green lettuce. Think about what a head of lettuce looks like when it's pulled from the dirt in the garden. It is vibrant. It is healthy. It is a showstopper. Now, unfortunately, we must move away from this beautiful thought and think about the lettuce given to us at fast food restaurants. Does it look like the lettuce from a garden? No! Not many fast food joints have perfected their lettuce, and we think it's because they do not store lettuce properly.
Salad? How do you make a salad?
It often sits out at room temperature, pulled apart into ready to stack onto a burger pieces, and consequently, it becomes limp. A limp lettuce is a sad lettuce. Burger King is not the only place that has this problem. We need to up our lettuce quality requirements, and maybe, just maybe, fast food restaurants will adjust. If we all speak out, they will have to listen. The burgers. Once upon a time in Ireland.
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
Get ready for a scandal because here it comes. Not all of the beef in the burgers coming out of the Burger Kings in Ireland were made from actual beef. Say what? This can't be good. Allegedly, Ireland's Food Safety Authority found, wait for it, horse DNA in the burgers. Yes, if you've ever eaten a burger at a Burger King in Ireland, you may have ingested horse unbeknownst to you. Some people may not have an issue with this at all, while others may not be so happy with this news. The issue here is that even though Burger King promised to serve 100% beef patties, they did not.
It's really impossible to turn a profit if you serve real chicken.
The meat suppliers in the regions responsible for this issue have apparently been changed. However, who is to say that everything is not up to code? If you really get to thinking about it, who is to say that any of the meat you eat anywhere is actually as advertised? It is a horrible thing to think that we're all being conned. It is cynical and perhaps a little bit over the top. But the fact of the matter is that problems like this are brought forth all the time. It would not be a stretch to think that this is happening in your neighborhood. Blind trust is unfortunately a thing of the past. So be cautious when eating meat in fast food restaurants, particularly Burger King. Maybe you are eating horse. Apologies for putting these images into your head. Sweet and sour dipping sauce.
I don't like it.
Next up on our list of Burger King items you should never order, according to the internet, is their sweet and sour dipping sauce. Now, there is nothing actually wrong with this sauce. It is not made with a secret ingredient that will make you want to crawl into a garbage bin and hide. It will not make you want to boycott the restaurant. This dipping sauce won't even make you that mad. It is actually pretty tasty. The issue with this sauce, and the real reason why you do not want to order it, is because it isn't actually a sweet and sour dipping sauce. It is named incorrectly. It is a pineapple sauce.
You're serious.
So this is about expectations. If you expect some sour, you just are not going to get it. Sweet? Yes, you will get the tropical sweetness of a pineapple. Great, we love that. Who doesn't love pineapple? When we are expecting pineapple, that is. But when we order a sweet and sour dipping sauce, sweet and sour is what we want to get. Large hash browns.
So tell me again about the hash brown.
Okay, what you want to know?
Do you want to live a long and healthy life? Yes, we hear everyone cry. Then do not eat the large hash browns at Burger King. People on the internet have spoken out against the large hash browns because of all the fat that comes in them. They are less potato and more fatty, oily grease sheets, and that is just not what we want. We may well love grease lightning, but the large hash browns are far from lightning, and the people of the internet have spoken out about these golden slabs of grease.
Come on, guys, let's go for a slice of pizza. Yeah.
So sing grease all you want, just don't ingest it when you eat at Burger King. There are way better things you could order. The large hash browns give us chills, and they certainly are multiplying. The Halloween Whopper.
I gotta rock.
In the past, some of the Burger King chains have offered a Halloween Whopper. The idea of having a Halloween special is exciting and clearly a good idea. Who doesn't love feeling festive? The Halloween Whopper is Halloween-y because it features a black hamburger bun. Ooh, spooky. The big issue with the bun being black is that it was dyed to get there. Adding dye into foods is not necessarily super-duper bad or life-threatening. In fact, there is no scientific evidence as of yet that states conclusively that food coloring or dye is harmful. So yes, the Halloween Whopper was a good idea, in theory. In the advertisement, Burger King boasted A1 flavor baked into the bun. And while they may have added a little bit of A1 sauce to the dough, it was not the A1 that made the bun black. People on the internet have complained about this bun, saying that it went in black and came out super green. Not a pretty thought, we know.
I feel so funky.
So next time you see something like this, whether it be at Burger King or somewhere else, know that it is likely packed with artificial coloring that is not meant to be in your system. Real meals.
I'm really hungry.
This next item on the list of top 10 Burger King items you should never order according to the internet is one of hot debate. Burger King has launched a campaign that is clearly targeted at sticking it to McDonald's. The new Burger King Real Meals are the antithesis to a Happy Meal from McDonald's. They are unhappy meals, if you will. The issue here is that some may say Burger King just can't do anything original. While this may seem true, others may argue that Burger King is just really good at poking fun at their competition. That being said, the Burger King slogan, "Have it your way," should actually read, "Have it the McDonald's way."
Burger crossing.
Burgers crossing. Burger crossing.
Because they have based the real meals directly on Happy Meals. Now, it is clear that Burger King was trying something new with this campaign. They teamed up with Mental Health America for Mental Health Awareness Month, May, to what? To highlight the fact that people are not happy all the time? Well, yeah, unhappiness is a part of life, and so is happiness, right? Although the real meals are debatably a good idea, they are on the never order list because they defy so many things. They copy the Happy Meals from McDonald's, they insist that real is unhappy, and they parade as being something new and for the people when really it doesn't feel like they are. Come on, get it right, Burger King. We don't need that cynicism. Furthermore, customers do not necessarily want to be pitted against McDonald's in a battle between fast food joints, especially during a month that celebrates awareness of mental health. Capitalist competition does not scream mental health awareness, nor does the bleak message that something happy isn't real. This is an issue that has many internet users up in arms. Ice.
The Iceman cometh.
What? Ice? It's true. Do not have the ice from any fountain drink station anywhere. According to an article in Forbes, the machines which produce the ice are very rarely cleaned. Often there are times they are never cleaned or washed until they break. But what does this mean for the ice in the machine? Well, when the machines are not cleaned, there is a buildup of calcium. There can also be a coating of the machinery in a slime or algae-like substance. That is pretty icky. So when the ice is being made, it is freezing in the machinery that is coated in dirty, caked-on deposits.
Everything freezes.
When you then get your ice, the coating is brought into your beverage along with the ice itself. The nozzles on the machines are also rarely cleaned and collect dust, dirt, and hard, syrupy-like buildups. So if you think your soda is flowing out of the machine and into your cup by magic, well, it's actually running through a disgusting, dirty nozzle before it hits your cup, and it's very likely bringing something along for the ride. We know how gross this is, but it is also the truth. If you are ever in any doubt about the cleanliness of the ice machines, ask the manager at your local Burger King when they last cleaned their soda machines. Maybe there are one or two lucky Burger Kings out there that have beautifully cleaned machines, but the people on the internet, as well as employees, will tell you that this, unfortunately, is usually not the case. You'll find more great videos right here. Just tap on that screen. And if you haven't joined our notification squad yet, show us some love and slam that subscribe button and click that bell.